Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? I want to believe we can all hear me and we can all see me. It's a beautiful evening here. Welcome on board. Okay, so I'm going to leave a bit of text on the screen just so that we can see what's going on. Today we are going to be having the live Q&A and we are going to be answering all your questions. So if you have questions, now is the time to drop those questions on. Now is the time to drop those questions. So let's now have your questions. If you have any question. So I'm sure somebody is really excited. Tonight we are going to be having Odunayo and it's going to be really fun. So if you're excited about today's live stream, join us and let's do this together. Okay, I'm just going to give it a minute. Let me sure that we are public so that just want to be sure. And if you are on the other end, you can hear me, let me know you can hear me, let me know you can see me. Okay, so I hope you can hear me and I hope that you all can see me. Soon enough, we are going to be having Odunayo on the channel and we are going to be doing this together. I am excited. I'm also sure that you are excited as well. Christiana, hi, how are you today? Good to have you here again. So if you have any question regarding sewing or embellishment that you need answers to, you can drop the questions in the comments. Drop the question in the comments. I'm going to be having my guest. My guest is going to be coming up pretty soon. So I want us to have all the questions ready. Okay, so in the meantime, while we wait for my guest, I'm going to be I'll continue with my sewing while I wait for you guys to drop in your questions. So we have a bit of questions that have been sent in. Earlier this week, I posted on our Instagram. I posted on our Instagram that questions through that awareness, and I have those questions here. And we are going to okay. Odunayo is here. Odunayo is here. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Should I stand like this?
We are
Hello.
here waiting for you. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm coming. Let me set up very well.
Okay, so while we wait for her to set up and get it ready, we all know what you all know what your favorite tutor is all about. She always wants to show you one thing or the other. So this is going to be that live stream where you get to learn and where you get to ask your question. So, Christiana, thank you for joining. Thank you to everyone that has joined. Please give this live stream a thumbs up. Give this live stream a thumbs up. Drop your questions in the comments and let me know where you are joining from. This thread is kind of disturbing me. I think I might have to like But it seems like it's following me everywhere. Okay, I think it will be better now. All right, so please confirm that you can hear me. Can we all hear me? Can we all hear me? Can we all see me? So we can see Odunayo now. Pretty face. Okay, so okay, thank you for that thumbs up. Can we hear me and can we see me? So first of all, I would like us, okay, you can hear me. Please drop in the comments your location. Where are you joining me from this evening? So let's know where you are joining us from. And also, if there's any question at all that you want to ask, drop those questions in the comments now, okay? And let us know where you are joining from, please. Thank you. So, why don't we introduce Odunayo to you guys? So, this is Odunayomi Stitches. I'm sure you all know Odunayomi Stitches because she is your favorite tutor on here on YouTube. She's always bringing you tutorials, nothing lacking. In fact, three in a week. In fact, seven in a week. You guys are always learning. So you guys are always learning back to back, and I think she deserves a thumbs up for that. Give me all the reaction, all the emoji. Give me all the thumbs ups. Yes, because she deserves it. She has been one tutor that is never relenting, always making sure that you guys on the other end just get the best of knowledge at no cost. And I think that that deserves a round of applause. Thank you so much for being who you are. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for all that you have given so far. May God bless you. So this is Odunayo. Let her come up and formally tell us who she is.
Ah,
Okay,
it all already.
let me
I'm
just
on
keep quiet
fire.
there.
You said it all already. I'm on fire. And so, and I create content. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you. Everyone in the comments, can we hear Odunayo? We are waiting to hear from you. Can we all hear her?
Since you can hear me, I feel they should be able to hear me too. Or what do you think?
Okay. Okay, yes, they can hear you. They can hear you. So you have the audience now.
Hi everyone. I
Hi.
have another phone here, so if I'm looking down, I'm checking for message on the other phone I have here. So hope we are all doing good. Okay. I don't have much introduction, no. I don't know. I'm just Odunayo. I sew and I create content. That's all. That's all about me. Motunrayo, can you hear me? Is it the network? Can you hear me? Is it Motunrayo's network?
Okay, so I'm back. I don't know what happened though.
Yeah.
I just realized I'm out, so I'm back now. So sorry about that. I'm here now. Can we hear me? Can we see me? Oh my god. Hello, lovers. Hi. Christiana, hi. Are we still there? I don't know what just happened, but I realized that I was just kicked out. I guess that's the network. I guess that's the network.
Motunrayo, can you?
I can hear you. I'm here now.
So how should we start? How should we go about this now?
Okay, so let the audience set the tone. Do they have any questions? I have a few questions here with me already that has been sent in from Facebook and from Facebook. Yes, Facebook and TikTok. So I don't know if we should take that first.
Okay, let's start with one first. So maybe more can come in.
Okay.
Okay, what's the question, Motunrayo?
All right. So the first question now is going to be this question I got from okay from somebody on this is from a fashion designer on Facebook, and she's asking that the question is my sleeve got stuck after sewing, the
Sorry.
arms got stuck. Can you hear me?
No. I can't hear that question very well.
It says my sleeve got stuck after sewing, the
Okay.
arms got stuck, and my client can't lift up her hands. This makes me so sad. What did I do wrong?
Okay. Talking from experience, I feel like the cap length or the bicep height that the person use is too much. So when you use a bicep height that is, let's say, height, the sleeve tends to be, you won't be able to raise up your hand very well if you know. So in most cases, to correct that, we have to reduce it. Let's assume that you use 5 and the client cannot raise up their hand very well. Just reduce it to like 3. Though there are some styles that require that kind of sleeve, like let's say a jacket.
Are you there? We can't hear you anymore. Are you still there? We can't hear Odunayomi anymore, but I believe that this is a network issue. Hopefully, she can join us back. But while we wait for her to join again, please, if you have any questions, drop the questions in the comments, and all the questions are going to be answered. Okay? Even if you don't have any question, you can stick around. You can learn a thing or two from the questions shared or from the answers that we are going to be giving from the answers that we are going to be sharing with you guys so that you can also learn from it. So the question we were treating before Odunayo was kicked out by the network, I believe, is that the arms of the dress got stuck, and this person, she doesn't know what she did right or what she did wrong. Okay, so in this case now, as Odunayo was earlier speaking before out, this issue usually happen with the armhole. It's usually a problem that is caused by the armhole. And she was saying it earlier that the only thing that you needed to do was to just reduce the armhole length. okay, which is the depth of sight. Okay, so that was what she was explaining earlier before she was out of the stream. Hopefully she's going to join us back pretty soon, and we are going to be able to get the conclusion of that question from her. So if you are here on the stream and then you are the one that sent in this question, I want to keep all the question anonymous, but I believe that whoever it is that sent that question is up here, so she can always get her feedback. Okay, so sorry that that made you really sad. I understand, because coming from experience, and that happened in the presence of a client. I believe that we all have actually been through that at one time or the other. It's not the day you learn to sew, it's not the day you start sewing, that's not the day you become perfect. So don't feel so bad, just take it as, in the learning curve, there's always the up, there's always the deep. Okay, so just take that this is just the deep part of your learning curve, and I am confident that it's going to get better with time. But when you take those advice, just reduce your arm length. Although some styles require that you make your armlets really deep, but most of the time, because with jackets you don't really need to raise your hand, because you're not raising your hand anywhere. Okay, especially male jackets and all of those things, in those ones you really need to make the armlet deep. But if it's not like peculiar to this style, if you cannot raise your arm, it simply means that your armhole depth is deeper than what it should be. And if you just reduce that by a bit, you are going to be able to solve the problem. So you are going to be able to solve the problem, and that is that. If you have any questions, please leave your question. This is a live Q&A. Your questions, anything about sewing, embellishment, fashion design, dressmaking, everything in between. Okay, and I believe we are going to have Odunayomi back here pretty soon to give answers to all your questions. But in the meantime, please drop your questions. Shirley Robson, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, from wherever it is that you are joining from. Thank you for joining in this live this evening. Okay, you guys just give me a minute. Let me find out uh, what's going on that end. Okay, so thank God she's back now.
Oh, sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. So I hope I was able to answer the question.
You can still reiterate so that
Okay, so I was talking about the cap height, or some people call it bicep height. When you are drafting your sleeve, that slope that you make. So when it is too deep, when the height is too deep, that's when you feel like your sleeve is being stuck. You won't be able to raise your hand properly. So for you to correct that, if you have that, just reduce. Let's say you use 5 before from your calculation, you use 5 for your cap height or your bicep height. You can use 3. Try 3 and see if it will work. But I'm sure it will work if the cap height is not as high as
that's
the
it.
initial one. And again, for that cap height, so there are some styles that require that kind of style of sleeve. Let's say for a jacket or a blazer. So if you notice when you wear a suit, a blazer, you won't be able to raise up your hand. When you raise up your hand, the whole outfit will go up with you. So that's when you require that kind of sleeve. So, but for a regular outfit, you don't need that. Some people complain, why some people they understand it. And one thing I want the person to know again is that when you now reduce the cap height to like 3, you will notice some excess on the underarm because you've reduced it. So, but when it is low, when it is high, rather, let's say, okay, let me just use when you use 5, you will notice that you don't have excess at your armhole area. But when you use 3, you will notice excess there. So that's only different. So if you are fine with that, you can just change that and use it. So you won't have any issue.
Okay, thank you so much for that answer. I also said something like that too while you were away. So I believe that she now understands what to do. Because I guess she was really confused. The truth is that a lot of us have been there at one time or the other too.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to be sad about. So now let's move on to the next question. And the next question is it says I've been sewing for a while, but up till now I'm not sure but up till now I'm so unsure about a new project, especially when I'm working with a new person.
Mm.
How do I become more confident?
Should I answer that or you will answer it?
Okay, before you answer, a few things that I would just like to say is that um building confidence is I think it comes with it's like a package that comes with your experience. It is
Yeah.
the more you sew for people of different sizes,
Mm.
the better you get at being confident.
Yeah.
So one simple tip I'm going to give to you is that you want to be more confident, try to find people of different sizes. Maybe you can take your family members. If you are lucky to have people that in your family you have somebody that is big, you have somebody that is small, and maybe you are medium, or you are small, get somebody that is bigger than you, then somebody that is bigger than the biggest person, that bigger person. So if you have been able to sew for 3 or 4 sizes and you were able to overcome everything, all the challenges that came up with that style, you
Mm.
realize that the next time you want to sew for a plus size, you will be rest assured that if I can sew for that big mama, then I can sew for this person. So I think that's how confidence just build up. So since you are intentional about building your confidence in that area, just pick people of 3 sizes and sew for them different styles so that you can encounter every challenge that may likely come up when you're sewing for people of their sizes. And I believe that if you are able to deal with that and you did the project successfully, it will help you to build your confidence to a very large extent. So that's what I would like to say. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
That's it. And one thing I would say again is that maybe you can just hold on from sewing for plus size for now. Build confidence with the small sizes. So when you are sure that you can sew for a small size, you can easily move into sewing for plus size. Because plus size, to be honest, is not sometimes not the same method you use for a small size that you use for a plus size. So if you build confidence
Yes.
with a small size, so you'll be able to like move to sewing for a plus size. And if you can avoid sewing for a plus size for now, please avoid it and build confidence first before you start sewing.
Okay, thank you. So if you can avoid sewing for a plus size, work on people with small, medium, and then as you become better with those sizes, then you can go up the ladder just like that. So to everyone that has joined so far, it's a live Q&A session. If you have any questions, you drop it in the comments. We take your question. Anything that relates to sewing, dressmaking, pattern drafting, embellishments, everything. Just bring it on and let's talk about it. And if there's anything that's you just want to know or you just want to ask, so please just do ask your questions. Also, as you join in, let us know where you are joining from and also give the live stream a thumbs up. Where are you joining from? Where are you joining from? Okay, so let's take the next question. Next question says, I'm not sure about what I want to do with fashion design. Everyone says I have to pick a niche. Okay, okay. This seems like this person is not sure which area of fashion design they want to specialize on. Everyone says I should pick a niche. What do you advise? Odunayo.
Finish. When you are just starting, I feel just start to do any job that comes your way as you go into the like as you grow in the business, you will know the niche that is very comfortable for you or the niche people are really into. Because if you just pick a niche now and all your customers are not coming from that niche, since you are just starting, just start. Sew any outfit you can sew. Then from there, when you build your brand, you can know, okay, maybe I want to move to this niche. This is what my customers are demanding more. So you can now niche down in that area. So that's what I can say. Because if you niche down from the beginning, what if that niche is not what you're well, it depends. You can niche down from the beginning and get clients from there. While it may not work, but I would just advise you start first. Start sewing for if it's new, just sew any styles you can sew. Don't niche down from the beginning. So as you grow in the business, you can now later niche down.
Okay, so and one thing I would like to add is that most of the time when you are leaving fashion school or you are just graduating apprenticeship, you tend to want to say, okay, because everybody is doing ashwebi, you want to do ashwebi. Because everybody is doing this is now what you want to niche. Meanwhile, in your area, there may be a market that is even open that is just for abaya. You don't have any business doing this thing because everybody is doing it. But the
Yeah.
truth is that when you start sewing everything, you get to read, you get to understand what your customer are asking for. There's no point sewing what people are not buying. Okay, so ensure that you get to touch every part. Then you are going to know which one you love the most, which one you want to continue with, and which one you also think that will be more profitable to you. Don't
Yes.
start with niches. Don't
Yes.
start specializing in one thing. Just like Odunayo has said, try everything. And then as time goes by, you are going to now get your own space and know what you want to now give to the people, depending on what the people are asking for, so that at least you can get the money from them and secure the bag. So
And again,
thank you so much.
I'd like to say that it's not even about what your people are asking for. What if your strength is in making
Yes,
corporate
what your strength, what you
and
love to do.
people
Yes.
are asking for Ashwebi, so you can just follow your strength too. And if possible, you can still learn more on that Ashwebi that people are requesting from. Fine. but just follow your strength most times. Because if you don't follow your strength at the on the long run, you may find it difficult to cope with that. Just find your strength and just build from there.
Okay, so someone in the comments is asking, good evening to you both. Good evening. Please, can you explain more on the armhole depth? Odunayo, I will leave this to you.
Okay, for the armhole depth, I don't know if I have a pattern on the sleeve around me here, but let me quickly demonstrate that on camera. I'm coming. Just once, 5 seconds. I'm coming.
Okay, we are waiting.
Okay, what I was saying was not even armhole depth. I don't know if it's still the same as what we were explaining earlier. I was talking about the sleeve, bicep height or the cap height. It depends on what you call it. So if you want to draft your sleeve, for that slope that you make, let me just draw it. Like this slope that you make for your sleeve. So from here to like here. So this is what I'm talking about. If it is too deep, you will find it difficult to lift your hand. But if it is small, let's say this one now is 3, this one is 5. This 5 now, it will be difficult for you to lift up your hand because of the depth. It is very deep. But you see this one that is about 3 inches now, you'll be able to raise up your hand very well because it is not that deep. Like it is not that deep. So this one is majorly used for blazers and suits, blazers and more corporate outfits. But you see this one can be used for the regular sleeve we make. But the downside of this one is that you'll be able to raise up your hand, though, but you'll be feeling some excess around the armhole side. You'll be feeling some excess there. This one you'll not be able to raise your hand properly, but it will be very fit on the between the armhole on the dress and the armhole here. It will be very fit, like there won't be excess around that area, but you won't be able to raise up your hand very well. You won't be able to raise up your hand. So that's just what I was trying to explain. Just the distance from here to where the slope is. Some people call it cap height, some people call it bicep height. So if you want to be able to raise up your hand very well, you go for a smaller number. And there's a calculation to this. So from your calculation, you can reduce it to a smaller number. So when you calculate, it's always a high number, but you can now reduce it to a smaller number to fit in what your client wants. And for this one, I will advise the person to experiment with yourself more first so that you can know what to do. So if you don't experiment
Oh,
with yourself, you won't know what will work. So experiment with yourself, calculate your bicep or your cap height, fix a sleeve on that, change it to 3, just change it like that so you see the difference on the sleeve. I don't know if they
okay.
can so
Okay, so just give me a moment. I'll be back. But I believe that she can hear regalia B. I believe that you can hear and you understand what she just explained. I'll be back in a
that's what
minute.
I was talking about. Let me move it closer like this. The height. Okay. I think regalia is talking about the armhole depth of bodies. For that one, it's based on calculation. And sometimes the calculation does not work like that. So one thing about sewing is that it's not a one size fits all. You can use a method for somebody, it will work. Why if you use it for another person, it will not work. So for me to know the armhole depth of the bodies, I think about 2 or 3 methods. So I use the calculation method to determine the armhole. I use my bicep measurement to determine the armhole depth. So I just try and compare and see if the numbers are very close. So I can just find a middle ground between it and just use it. So there is not a one size fit all. Some people say the calculation method work, while some people tell you it does not work. I hope I was able to answer your question, Regalia. Okay, I'm coming. You guys just give me a moment. I'll join you now. Okay, Regalia, if you don't mind, you can share your bust circumference, your bicep measurements, and let me just see and do the calculation for me here to see what can work for you. Your bust circumference, your bust length, your bicep measurement. You can share that.
Okay, so can you see the comments, Odunayo?
I can see it.
Okay, because she just said something. She said she usually have a bigger hammer such that I have to take in by the shoulder slope. How do you take in by the shoulder slope? I'm trying to even understand how that is done.
Mm. I
But
think she's just trying to
I might just
manipulate her
add,
measurement.
is that you can just measure the pattern of the bodies, like the armhole on the body, to actually get the depth
Yeah.
on your sleeve. So I think that's another like easy way to it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so in the meantime, while we wait for you to share that, let's move on to the next question. And the next question is, okay, the next question is on a beadwork. This person sent in a style, a design. Okay, Odunayo, Regalia has responded. So while we wait for Odunayo on that, this person sent in a design, said, how do I bead the belly part of this dress? Okay, so with embellishment, one thing that I like to say when it comes to fabric beading is that for you to bead anything, you must take a look at, for you to interpret any design, you take a look at the outline. You know that it is the outline on the dress that actually make the dress come out as what it is. What is the outline? What is the design? How is the sketch like? Okay. Then you look at how is the placement. How did they place the beads? You look at what stitch am I going to use to put these beads on this dress. And then sometimes people just design with colors. So it's not really about you knowing, it's just about you knowing what it is that is inside of that beadwork or embellishment that made it what it is. Take a look at it. What are the beads that they used? How did they stitch the bead on it? And what is the scaling and the placement? How did they draw the outline? So if you can answer all of these questions, it will be easy for you to like replicate any beadwork. Okay, so it is quite important that you know how to do all of these things before you are able to replicate that beadwork. So I think that is quite straightforward.
All right. Okay, regarding regalia, she sent in her bust point 9.5, her bicep 12. I need your bust circumference. Your bust circumference too. So that's how we can do the calculation. Send in your bust circumference. So do we have any question? If anyone has any question, please.
So please, if you have, okay, you said our boss is 38.5.
Okay. Okay.
So
I will
if
do
you
the
have any question, let's drop our questions before we take the last question that we have here. So if you have any question. All right, so while we wait for you, let's have the thumbs up. Let's have the thumbs up. Give this live stream a thumbs up while we wait. Thank you. Okay, so since the question is not forthcoming, let's take this very last question I have right there. It says, I love fashion and I want to learn. Some of my friends have said I'm good with fashionable things and I want to learn fashion and design. Fashion school around me is expensive and I don't want to be an apprentice. What can I do?
fact that she does not want to be an apprentice for me. Oh my god.
Odunayomi, what should she do now?
I
What
feel
do
like
we tell her to do now?
I feel like since she said the fashion school are expensive, there are still some there are still some tailors that don't run this kind of apprenticeship program. They teach their students they teach people just like fashion school. Though they are not fashion school, but they teach their students just like fashion school. Maybe if she can find one like that, she can enroll there. Or before she enrolls, she can ask about their mode of training and see if it works well with her. She can ask about that. And there are some fashion schools that are not that expensive in your area. I'm sure this person is looking for a popular fashion school.
That's the
There are some
problem
fashion
most of the
schools that
time. Should I mention the name? You want to go for those, you want to go to those fashion schools that then you now go on TikTok and tell the world that is my day one at
yes, they want to create content and do all those kind of things. So is
is
that kind of
my day
fashion
one
school?
as is my day one at ABC fashion school. Oh my goodness. So I think that what you have said is a very good um instruction. Just look for a fashion school that is not as expensive. When you are going to a fashion school, one of the things that you get there, ask them how do they run their program. Ask them. You can, do you know that you can even get course outline beforehand? You know how
Yeah.
many weeks they do these programs, what you are expected to learn.
Hmm.
The truth is that what you want to learn in a fashion school A is also what fashion school B will teach you. But most
Yeah.
of the time, it is those things that are in between that we are always looking at. It is those things that we want, and that's why we keep finding ourselves in a place where we can't cope. But if you have all the funds, you have the fund is not your problem, then you can go ahead to just say, okay, I want to go for the fashion school of my dreams. But if not, just go with this, go to the fashion school, get their outline, their brochure, know how they run their things, know what is expected of you, ensure that the fashion school is a place where you can practice, practice, practice. The fact
Yeah.
that you went to a fashion school now does not mean that is the end of your journey. You can go to another fashion school for upgrade. After 2 years, you have started making money. You can now afford what you want. Then you go have explore, see how they do things there as well, so that you can learn a thing or two. So go to where you can afford right now. Even if it's apprenticeship, there are still some tailor shops that they will not send you to go and buy petrol. They will
Yes.
not tell you to go and cook. Get there and ask them, how do they run this thing? Are you expecting as an apprentice? Fashion school is English. Just look for
Oh my God, imagine you are staying under someone and the person told you to get petrol, maybe for the generator you want to use. I don't feel that as a bad thing. Do you expect your boss to go and buy the petrol?
Did
Like,
you even hear what
I
Regalia is
don't go
saying?
to
Regalia is
fashion
saying that
school.
fashion school is English. Just look for a good roadside tailor.
Yeah, so
But
I'm sure there's a best tailor in your area. So just you can just
yes,
talk to the person.
there's a tailor in your area that can show you that this week let's work on sleeves.
Yeah.
There's a tailor in your area that tell you this week we are working on skirts. As long as the person is organized enough to say learn this, not that you are just standing and looking.
Yeah, so
That
and I
is
don't even like that kind of thing. Maybe because where
uh
I
so you will just be standing over my shoulder and you are looking, you are not even sure of what I'm saying or what I am showing you. That's not where we are telling you to go to. We are telling you that, so you will not say Odunayo said it, Motunrayo too said it, let me just look for one tailor shop and go and start. No, that's not what we are saying. We are just saying that you must be able to get there, communicate, know what they stand for, know how they run their thing. Then you
yeah,
can now say, okay, I think this is good enough for me. And also, humility is just the thing. Be humble enough. But know that before you start, you will know. Once you get to the shop, you will know whether this is a tailor shop that they will send you to go and buy fufu,
mm.
whether it's the one that you can buy fufu or not. Okay? So,
I'll
but
share my experience.
what you said?
I said, let me even share my experience with I don't know
Okay, okay.
when I learned I know that I didn't want to go to a roadside tailor. Though I do not have the money for a fashion school. But I just wanted to learn at a teaching stage where people will not see me that much. So I got somebody that works from home and she's very good. So that was where I learned. But the way she taught me was that it's not as if I would stand and be looking at her. She will teach me like today we are starting with how to take measurements. In a week, I was already sewing skirt, I was sewing blouse. Because she was teaching me, she was not telling me to be looking at what she does. Though there are times maybe after the teaching, the remaining hours, I'll just be looking at what she's doing. Because honestly, I can't even understand because you just come in and she's sewing a, let's say a bustier. How do you want to understand? You'll just be looking, and before you know it, you'll be sleeping and it will be very boring. So she teach me what I need to just teach me, and she'll tell me to go home and practice and bring it. So after that one, I'll move to another school. So I keep moving like that. So even me right now, if I want to, when I'm training my students, I teach them. I don't tell them to look at what I'm doing. So when you come, this is what you are doing. This week you are learning how to take measurements, how to sew a basic blouse, how to draft and sew a basic blouse, and how to sew a skirt. So even if you are done for the day, you can go because that's what I want to teach you. Now I can focus on my work because you can't even do my job for me. You are
Of
just a
course.
teacher. Imagine me giving you, it's even like a stress to me because you will keep losing and it will just be drawing me back.
And then
So
you
I
yourself,
just
you will keep talking, and then you'll
you
be
keep talking
stressed.
and all that.
The apprentice is stressed, everybody is stressed, and they will be shouting on one another.
So it's just better to teach them, like just teach, and maybe when they get to a stage that they can help. Oh, it's not as if you now give them one outfit to sew, like only the umbrella. I can't even do that because I'm not that sure. What if there is something? Because there was a day I gave somebody my one of my students my trouser to sew, and she said she forgot to add the extension at the back. Imagine if it was a client's clothes. So most of them is they are not that perfect yet. So when you want to learn, just make sure you find somebody that teach, not somebody that will tell you to be doing their job for you. So with that, you can learn. Just look for a tailor. Even from the first week at the shop, you will already know that, oh, this person will teach me well or this person will not. Because some people at the first week, they will tell their students to be looking at what they are doing. Like why? How many well, it depends. Shall maybe that kind of situation. Maybe you sign 2 years. So they can't rush you like that. You sign 2 years. They will have to take their time. You have to be observing maybe for the first 3 months before they now start teaching you. But when you sign 6 months to learn how to sew, there's no time for you to be looking. You have to the person like your tutor has to be teaching you or your boss or anybody training you have to be teaching you because there's no time actually. So you can
So
just get
that's
somewhere that they teach and not just tell you to look. I'm sure there are
okay.
tailors like that around.
And
And you
even
can ask
after you have gotten into such a place, there's also YouTube for you to learn a whole lot of things from. Okay, you have gotten to the where you are learning to sew, they've showed you something. You can also go to learn more.
on YouTube.
On
I will
YouTube,
advise
you will
that
have
way
a
now.
whole lot of videos. On Odunayo's channel, in fact, you can enroll on our channel for you can enroll and learn everything from beginner course to intermediate to advanced. As long as you are not a part of those people that say, I cannot learn anything watching it on video. So once you have gotten the clear picture, okay, this what we are doing today is called a boss. You to go on
Yeah.
YouTube to say, okay, what is a boss? How is it sewn? You are going to gather all those knowledge together, okay? But however, if you want to go to a fashion school, please do by all means, because they have how do organized programs. They teach you, they know that okay, week one you are doing this, day one you are doing this, everything is pa pa pa, and at the end of 3 months you can sew what you don't even believe that you can sew. But if you have not gotten there yet, these are all the options that you have a lot of options. Truly, don't allow fun to limit you. Here on YouTube you get tutorials for free. The only thing you need is ensure that you have data. Okay, ensure that you are not paying the tutor that is teaching you. As a matter of fact, you are not to do anything. Okay, maybe in some cases watch ads. Okay, watch ads, because that's also another way that your tutor is being encouraged because you are learning for free. So aside that, nobody is asking you to do anything else. So YouTube is a platform where you can learn a whole lot of things for free. And you have gone past, even on my channel I have sewing tutorials, and on Odunayo's channel you can get sewing tutorial from how to sew whatever is there, from your sleeve to your blouse to your shirt to your skirt to your dress to your corset. Okay, so what else do you now want? She has given you everything. And when it comes to beading, fabric beading, you will get everything that you need on my own channel, from simple, basic, the stitches, everything. And it's now up left to you if you feel that okay, I still want to advance, I want to get upgrade classes and all of that. But fund should not be what will limit you in this age and time, because everything is actually out there on
Yeah.
the internet. Okay, so
And
I think
one
that is
thing
it.
I want
We
to
have
add is that these online tutors, they actually don't use the same method. So if you're a beginner and you're just learning how to sew, I would advise you calm down, understand what you are learning first before you jump on this tutorial. Because you can watch a tutorial today and the person is saying, don't divide your hip by four. You watch another person's tutorial, she's dividing her hip by four. You will
divide the
not
hip
know.
by 4, then add 1 to the back. Divide the hip by
So
4
if somebody
minus
is
1
not
at
able,
the front.
like if somebody is not stable yet, you'll be confused. You won't even know which one to use. So tutorials are good online, but if you are learning under someone, I would advise you calm down. Look at the person's method. That's for people learning physically. Oh, look at the person's method. Be sure it is aligning with the tutor you are, so that everything is not just confusing and it's looking like magic to you. Because different method, and sometimes at the end it gives the same results but just different method. But if you are a beginner and you understand the basic very well, you can be able to okay differentiate and like be able to know the difference and be able to manage that and work with that. Okay, confirm
Okay,
regalia that sense and measurement. From my calculation, your armhole length you should be using should be 8 inches. So I don't know what you use, but from my calculation, that's bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. You should be using about 8 inches, approximately to 8 inches, 8 inches for your depth, the armhole depth. So you can share what you use. So yes, let me know what you use. Do we
okay.
have
One more thing that I think I will add to what Odunayo just said now regarding online tutorials is that a time you can put 4 or 3 tutors together. There's going to be one that your method sort of just align. It's
yeah,
easy for you to understand their method. So I
yeah.
would say that you should stick to those ones. Back then when I was in fashion school, I just find it easy to learn from Kim Dave, and I started following Kim Dave since then. Now e got me to be exposed to a whole lot of things in pattern drafting. However, I became so good with pattern drafting that to now cut little little things, I'll have to be like, okay, now how do I now cut this? So how do I now cut this? Now, and I started looking out for tutors that can teach me things that I do not really have to go in depth pattern drafting. And that was when I had to start loving people like Biliki's signature and all of that. So the point of what I'm trying to tell you is that in a moment, like you can say, okay, this month or in the next 3 months, I'm putting all my tutors together. Find three that you think that the way they are teaching is easy for you to understand. Now, out of those three, you can now bring it down to 1 or 2 to say, okay, I'm sticking with these two. And trust me, you can work with those two for a number of years and you will understand. Whatever they are teaching you, you will understand. If you practicalize it, all your dresses will come out great. So don't go about saying you will learn here, you want to
Le-
learn Bosia from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tutors. At the end of the day, I can guarantee you for sure you are going to be confused.
yes,
Okay? So
especially
please,
like now.
yes, especially if you're a beginner, yes. So I hope that we have been able to say some things this evening that has been helpful to you. Let us have all of the thumbs up. Let's have all of the thumbs up. So in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I would like us to take our final notes. So far in the comments, we don't have any questions yet to be taken. So if we have any question, drop it now. If in the next 5 minutes your question does not come in, so that means we have to wrap it up. Okay. So although finally, before we let's see whether we have questions or not, is there anything that you would like to say to somebody that is just like coming into this fashion design journey? You are a beginner, and is there anything that you wish you knew or might have helped you navigate that you feel that you need to say to somebody so that the journey can just be easy for them?
Starting out, they just want to show big things. You are learning for the first week. You want to be doing bustier already. Some people even say corsets, and you don't know how to sew before, like you don't know anything before, but you just want to start and you want to be sewing things like that. You have to just calm down.
Odunayo, sorry to
Yeah,
cut you. You've never had somebody that is coming in newly for you to teach the person, and the person is asking you, are you going to teach me corset in this 3 months program? And you be
yes.
like, Azal, like even me that I'm teaching you, do you know how long it took me to learn corset?
And most of
So
them, they will not be confused when you now start teaching them. They will not be confused. But I'll just tell someone that is just starting out that just calm down, understand the basics. See, if you understand the basics, you can do anything, even on your own. You can imagine styles and you can bring it to life. But if you don't understand the basics, how do you want to build from there? You just have to understand the basics and you can grow from there. That's what I was saying. Because most people now, you are a beginner, you don't even know how to sew very well. You are registering for master class, perfect master class.
so regarding that, I met somebody recently that she was telling me that at the end of our gist together, she was
Yeah.
like, thank God I met you. Oh. I was thinking that the next thing I need is a master class. And
Hmm.
this person is actually still struggling with how to make a bustier.
Hmm.
Like you can't even make a bustier properly. You are going for a master class to do what?
It's just waste of money. They have so much.
The truth is that you are going to go to the master class, come back, and you are not even sure you have learned anything. You will come back more confused because it's
Yes.
more like you are building a house. There needs to be a foundation, there needs to be bricks on bricks. You are putting like the lintel. You want to put the lintel on like I don't even understand. You want to put a roof on a house without lintel or what? You are still struggling to know what a bustier is. You are thinking of going for a master class. It cannot work. It
They want
cannot.
to make that money. They want to be showing. They want to like. They just want to like feel among. When I say feel among,
So please let us always understand what we need. What your
yeah,
friend that is a fashion designer need might not be what you need. No, be sincere with yourself. I'm still trying to get straight lines. Yeah, I'm still trying to get straight seams. You don't even know how to sew straight seams. You cannot even put a proper kimono together. And you are saying that you want a place where they can also teach you corsets. It cannot work like that. So I just hope that you take a few of these points that we have talked about this evening, and I hope it gives you more clarity. Okay? So we will have to just continue this conversation tomorrow. So please join us again tomorrow. We are going to continue this conversation. If you have any questions, you can drop it on my channel or you drop it on Odunayo's channel. And tomorrow we are going to bring you all of the answers to this question. So to everyone that has joined us this evening, thank you so much. We have Christiana, Shirley Robson, Regalia, a lot number of people too have joined. I didn't leave comments or anything, so there may not be a way to track you. However, thank you to everyone that has joined this evening. Again, tomorrow 6 p.m. we are going to continue this conversation. If you have your questions, drop it before then, and then we'll see you again tomorrow. Odunayo, your final words. And also, before we go, subscribe to this channel, watch one video, subscribe, like, in fact, like this live stream, like this live stream.
Like in Jesus' name.
Like in Jesus. All right, Odunayo, so over to you, your final words before we call it a night.
Okay. I don't have much to say. Just we'll talk tomorrow. We are still going like tomorrow, right?
Yes,
So
yes, tomorrow again we continue.
we'll continue tomorrow. And that's just it. I don't have anything to say honestly.
All
Just
right,
like
everyone, so let me not
like
put words in Odunayo's mouth.
what did you say?
Odunayo, I said I'm just about to say the final goodbye.
Okay.
So we all see tomorrow. Regalia, I'm hoping that you join us again tomorrow. Christiana, I'm hoping you join us again tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today. So thank you so much. You are welcome. You are welcome so much. You are welcome so much. We are glad to be of help to share with you this evening. All right, so we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Odunayo. You are the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Motunrayo. You are the best.